A person's greatness is shaped by the quality of their thoughts. This timeless idea has been proven again and again through the lives of achievers such as Oprah Winfrey, Bill Gates, and Richard Branson. In his well-known book, As a Man Thinketh, James Allen expressed a similar truth. What occupies your mind eventually shapes your life. But if that is true, why do so many people still fail to succeed? Do they not think seriously about their future? Do they overlook the strength that already exists within them? Today's story will reveal the answers to these questions and teach you a powerful lesson along the way. We will also discover some useful new words to improve our English, so stay with us until the very end. I promise this story will be worth your time. Once, at a crowded bus terminal, there lived a poor beggar. Every day he survived by asking travelers for alms while they waited for their buses. One day, while doing the same, he noticed a sharply dressed merchant stepping onto the platform. Seeing his polished shoes, fine coat, and confident walk, the beggar thought, "This man must be very wealthy. If I ask him for money, he will surely give me a generous amount." Filled with hope, the beggar went up to the merchant and stretched out his hand. But instead of handing over money, the merchant looked at him and asked, "Do you always only take from others? Have you ever given anything to anyone?" The beggar was shocked. No one had ever asked him such a thing before. Confused, he replied, "Sir, I am only a beggar. I live by asking for alms. I have nothing to give anyone." The merchant gave a slight smile and said, "If you believe you have nothing to offer, then you also have no right to ask for anything. I am a businessman. I believe in exchange. If you can offer me something, then I can give you something in return. But if you have nothing to give, then I cannot give you anything either." After saying this, the merchant boarded his bus and left. The beggar remained standing there in silence. Again and again he repeated the merchant's words in his mind. "I have been begging for so many years, yet no one has ever spoken to me like this before." He was not cruel, but he spoke the truth. If I cannot offer anything in return, then why should anyone give me anything? For the first time in his life, the beggar understood that perhaps this was the reason people never gave him much money, because he gave them nothing in return. That night he could not sleep. He lay awake, lost in thought. "But what can I give? I am only a beggar. I have nothing at all." Still the merchant's words continued echoing in his mind. "If you want to receive, you must first give." 2 days passed, and during that time the beggar did not ask anyone for money. He was too busy thinking. On the third day, while sitting near the terminal, he noticed a patch of wildflowers growing beside the road. Their bright colors caught his attention, and suddenly an idea came to him. What if, instead of only taking, I offer something in return? What if I give people a flower each time they give me alms? With new determination, he walked over, carefully picked a few flowers, and returned to his usual place. When someone dropped a coin into his hand, he smiled and offered them a flower in return. To his surprise, people accepted the flowers happily. Some even smiled warmly and thanked him. As the days went by, something remarkable happened. More and more people began giving him money, but he noticed something important. Whenever he had flowers, people gave more generously. When the flowers were finished, the donations became smaller. So it is true, he thought. People enjoy receiving something in return. One day, as he was handing out flowers in exchange for alms, he saw the merchant again sitting inside a bus. Excited, he hurried over and said, "Sir, today I have something to give you. If you give me money, I will give you flowers in return." The merchant smiled, handed him some money, and took a few flowers. "You have truly understood the value of exchange," he said. "Today you are no longer just a beggar. You have become a businessman." At the next stop, the merchant got off the bus. The beggar stood there watching him leave. His words awakened a new thought in his mind. Am I really a businessman now? For a long time he kept thinking about it. Then suddenly he understood something important. I know the secret of success now. I am not merely a beggar, I am a trader. People are not giving me money out of pity anymore. They are paying for the flowers I offer them. That means I have a business. Filled with excitement, he made a bold decision that very day. He left the bus terminal and never returned as a beggar again. 6 months later, at the same bus terminal, two well-dressed men met. They shook hands, but one of them looked puzzled. "Have we met before?" he asked. The other man smiled and replied, "Yes, we have met twice before, right here at this very station." The first man frowned as he tried to remember. Then suddenly his eyes widened in surprise. "Wait, you are the beggar, the one I refused to give money to, and later I bought flowers from you." The former beggar laughed and said, "Yes, that was me, but today I am no longer a beggar. I now run a successful flower business, and I am traveling to expand it even more." The merchant was amazed. "That is incredible. What changed?" The flower seller smiled and answered, "You taught me one of the greatest truths of life. We receive only when we learn to give." That day I realized I was never truly a beggar. I had the heart of a businessman all along. I simply needed to see myself differently. The two men shook hands once more, this time as equals. Then they boarded their buses, moving toward their separate futures. Life is shaped by the way we see ourselves. If you believe you are small, you will remain small, but if you recognize the power within you, you can rise to greatness. So do not limit yourself. See yourself as strong, capable, and successful, because when your thoughts change, your future changes as well. If you enjoyed this story, give it a thumbs up, share in the comments what you learned, and pass it on to inspire others. See you in the next story.